Good morning, farmers. Welcome back. My name is Ali Muhammad from Poultry Solutions, and today we are going to dive in a very fascinating topic, that is making your own feed. Yes, you heard me right. Have you ever thought of making your own feed? Or by any chance you tried making your own feed but things went south and you don't know what happened? So then you are on the right place, okay? Because we are going to discuss how to make your own feed the simplest way. As you can see here, I have a nylon, yeah, that is spread down here, and another tool we are going to use is spade. We are going to use spade and a nylon to make feeds for the birds, okay? So I'm going to split this video into several bits, because making making your own feed is not something you can learn in a day. So the very first video, I'm going to discuss the fundamentals of making your own feed. I'm also going to take you through what you need, like the raw materials you need to make your own feed. So what are you waiting? Hit that subscribe button, share this video with your friends, and comment down below. Tell me what you didn't learn, maybe you want to learn at the end of this video. But as I have already told you, that for this video I'm not going to go deeper into the topic. I'm just going to show you around the materials that are needed, and we are going to mix here with you, and then you see the final product. So stay with me. To start with, what are you looking into when you are making your animal feed? There are two basic things that I'm going to discuss with you. Number one is metabolized energy. Yes, metabolized energy. So what is metabolized energy? Metabolized energy is the gross energy that is left after accounting for energy loss through feces, through urine, or through gases. So basically, this energy is available for the animal, for maintenance, for production, and for growth. On number two, we have the most critical measure of feed formulation, that is digestible crude protein. Digestible crude protein is the protein that is absorbed by the animal tract, and it's calculated after minusing the protein that is lost during feces or gases, okay? So after knowing the two important evaluation when doing animal feed, to be protein and carbohydrates, that means every chicken has a different energy and protein requirement at different age. Yes, for example, a chick that is growing requires a lot of energy and a lot of protein for its development. Yes, that explains why chick feed are relatively expensive, because of the energy and protein requirement. Well, and a growing bird, let's say a punnet, a growing punnet. A punnet is a layer, yes, that hasn't started laying yet. It's still growing. A punnet will also need a good amount of energy and good amount of protein. Maybe for a broiler, because in broiler we have different types of feed. We have a 3-phase diet and we have the 2-phase diet. So for the 2-phase diet, it's starter and finisher. That's the 2-phase diet. So starter has also a very high protein content, because this bird is prepared to be slaughtered after 1 month. Yes, some slaughter even as early as 26 days. Some slaughter as late as 35 to 40 days, depending on your on your market requirement. Yes, so for the two-phase diet, we have a broiler, and we have broiler starter and broiler finisher. For broiler finisher, it's a feed that has a high protein content and a relatively high energy level. And for a finisher, it also has a high protein content, but not high compared to the starter. Okay. And for the three-phase diet, we have a broiler starter, we have broiler grower, and we have a broiler finisher. It's much of the same. The broiler starter has a very high protein content with a relatively lower energy content, and then the grower, it also has the same, like high energy, but not high compared to the starter. And then the finisher, it has a very high energy level. Okay. So, and for our case here, for today example, we are going to do a chicken feed for improved kienyeji. Okay, so I'm going to show you the raw materials that are needed, as I promised earlier, and you are going to see what is needed for you to make chicken feed. So for the calculation of carbohydrates, that is energy, and for the protein, we are going to cover that in our next video. But for today, as promised, I won't be diving so much, so that I don't want to tire you, my farmers, also. And I'm going to right away show you what is needed for you to make an animal feed. And for the case of today, we are doing improved kienyeji chicken feed. Okay, so right away, let us delve into showing you the raw materials that is needed. And remember, the raw materials that are available here are purely based on the chicken feed that we want to formulate, and based on the calculation, like the formula that we have already made the formula. So first up, these are the raw materials, as you can see. Okay, and for the raw materials, we have different requirements. Like we have, just like the animal feed, the feed need to be balanced. Yes, we need to have carbohydrates for the energy, and then we need to have proteins. Okay, for the bodybuilding, and also we have calcium, and we have something that we are going to show you just after displaying these raw materials. So first up, we have maize bran. As you can see, that is maize bran. It's a source of carbohydrates. Okay, and then we have wheat pollard. This is also a wheat product. It's a source of carbohydrates. It's smooth. Okay, and then we have this is wheat bran. Okay, it's also product of it's a wheat bran. It's a product of wheat. It's also a source of carbohydrates. And for our feed today, we only have one source of protein, that is plant protein, and this is canola cake. Yes, canola cake is our source of protein for the day. And then, as I've told you, the feed need to be balanced, so we also have a source of calcium. Okay, that's a calcium. It's a limestone. Okay, it's called limestone. It's a source of calcium, as you can see. Yes, this is calcium. It's a source of, and it's like the feed we are making here is 400 kgs, but we only need 5 kgs because these are growers' feeds. They don't need a lot of calcium. We're going to discuss that. And our surprise thing is feed additives. So inside here we have salt, we have methionine, we have lysine. Okay, we have the enzyme. Okay, and we have the toxin binder, we have the anticocdiostat. And as you can see, like we are making 100 kgs feed, but then this thing, the feed additives can't even measure to 1 kgs. Why? Because these are the micro ingredients. Yes, you add in a very small portion. Okay, so without further ado, let us start the process. Aya, anza kumwaga sele. Starting the process. That is maize bran going in first. then wheat bran, and then we have a canola cake. And you might be wondering, why is our canola cake, like it's in form of cake, it's not crushed yet? Don't worry, because after formulating the mash, we are going to make pellets, so the machine automatically is going to crush them. But you can also decide to feed your bird with the mash. Okay, you can also decide to feed the bird with the mash. So mash is also type of feed, so it's good. So, and then when mixing, normally when you hand mix the raw, like your chicken feed, make sure you first start by mixing the micro ingredients, that's the feed additives. You mix them properly until they are mixed together, and then you take a feed, just a little bit of the feed, okay, and then you are going to put, that's our bucket that has the raw materials, like the, you see, he is mixing thoroughly. These are the feed additives because they are added in, like 400 kgs we need some grams. Like for methionine we need 80 grams, for lysine we need around 120 grams, based on your formula. So after mixing, once they are mixed properly, and then he will directly go to the normal to the heap, and then he's going to mix it, like starting, you will see how he's going to mix it. Yes, he's going to mix from that portion to make sure it's clearly mixed, because we are mixing manual, so we have to ensure that the feed additives reach everywhere, like it's mixed proportion. We'll try our best, you know. Yes, we'll try our best to make sure it's mixed uniformly in our feed. So after mixing the feed additives, now in goes the spade. Yes, so spade is the only important tool we need here for mixing. Okay, so you have to do it thorough. You have to make sure the feed is thoroughly mixing. Okay, if you can afford the machine, the better, but we are doing this to target the small scale farmers who cannot yet afford a machine. So you mix your feed like that. I'm going again to pause this video so that it doesn't become long. Yes, until the feed is done, I show you how the feed is mixed. Okay, and since we have added feed, I'm going to show, just stay with me, I'm going to show you how we'll test for this feed to make sure that it's uniformly mixed. Okay, well, so after our feed is properly mixed, as you can see here, it's properly mixed. Now it's time for us to test if this feed is uniformly mixed. So how are we going to test to know if the feed is uniformly mixed? As I said earlier, we added table salt here. So I'm going to pinch from this point and test using my tongue to test. That's good. So I'm testing whether I can test the I can test the salt inside here. So if I can test the pinch, if I can test salt from this point, I'm going to move to another point. It's a random thing. You can do random places. Okay, I can also feel salt from this point. Let me come here. I can also feel it, and then I can go down here. Let me test from this point. I can also test salt here. So if I can test salt from both sides, like for the 3 points I've done, then we know that our feed is properly mixed. Okay, so that's how we test for this feed. So as you can tell, our feed now is complete,
and ready to serve to the birds. But for our case, we have a machine that we are going to add moisture content here, and then we put it into our machine so that we can make it to pellets. We have different types of feed. We have a feed that is in mash form, and then we have it in pellet form. So I'm going to show you the process further, but if you don't have that machine, don't worry, because you can also give your chicken this feed and it will work fine. What we are doing, we are reducing the feed, like we are reducing the dust in the feed by forming pellets. The feed is we are taking it a notch higher because it will be effective. Since some of the material we've added here, chicken might tend not to like them. So when you give them into mash, they are going to feed, but some of them are going to select certain raw material and leave out the certain raw material. But once we make pellets, then it's really hard for the chicken to select. They are going to peck. So once they peck like 4 to 5 pellets, they get representation of all materials that we have included here. Okay, so don't be worried like, oh, I don't have this machine, the pellets machine that I'm going to show you. You can still feed your birds this, and they are going to grow perfectly fine. The difference is it's very slim. Okay, so stay with me as I show you how we add moisture content here, and then I show you the final process of removing the pellets from our processing this feed to get pellets from our machine.
So this is our next process, whereby we add moisture content in our feed, okay, so that when we put the machine, it can be able to bind. There are two types of machine. The one is a very big machine that is used by commercial millers that has a boiler. But for our case, we are using a small machine. We are going to see it, but first, this after the mash we formed, now we add moisture content. As you can see, I think you can observe this one is still moisture. We mix thoroughly. Okay, that's how we do it. So I'm going to show you the next step is how this mash goes into the pelletizer machine, then abracadabra, boom, pellets machine. Okay, so stay with me, don't be tired yet. Okay, so you can also use this time to comment on the section below. Say how has this video helped you? Has it helped you to learn something, and what maybe do you want me to include in my next video? Let me know on the comment section below. So this is our pelletizer machine. As you can see, this is the motor. Okay, that's the motor. This one is the motor, and then this here is the coupling. Okay, this is the fan. It has served us quite long enough. Okay, and then this is the processing chamber. Okay, let me show you here. This is the feedlot. You put here, we have a hammer mill. It's called hammer mill, and die plate inside here. The die plate is the one which has holes that the feed is pressed, and then it comes out from this point. This is what we call output chamber. Okay, I'm trying to adjust my camera. Okay, so it comes out from this point. This is what we call the output chamber. Okay, and then here is where the motion is changed from this to rotating. Okay, so let me move a bit fast so that you can observe the machine as a whole. As you can see, now this is our machine. Okay, and the output is 150 kilogram per hour. So I can be able to produce
150 kgs of this mash here to pellets within an hour. And then after that I sun dry the pellets, and then it's good for the birds to feed. So we're going to start the machine. It's a bit loud, but I believe you can be able to hear me, because I'm going to do a little bit of explanation. At least you see how it works. Let us see how it starts. Now it has started. Weka chakula. He has to cover the output because the pellets are coming out with a lot of force. You will see. Now it's added, you see it's starting to come out. So there it goes. Now these are the pellets. You see, so from mash, this is the mash, okay, to the pellets. These are the pellets. These are the pellets. So pellets are really helping, as I mentioned earlier. Thank you so much for watching. Share this video with fellow farmers. Let people get the first bit of video we've done. We are going to do a series of them, okay, and we are going to convert all this feed into pellets and then sun dry them, then be ready for our chicken. So thank you so much for joining us. My name is Ali Muhammad from Poultry Solution. Until next time, bye bye.